everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Well, that was weird. It's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Crash Bandicoot. We're fighting Dr. Cortex.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot.
He thinks he should kill us, and he's doing a very good job of it. He's very efficiently killing us. Okay. Huh. Well, that was a failed experiment. I can get through the first 2 rounds, I think, without taking a hit. I should be able to. Well, apparently I can't. Not without taking a hit, but that's really like the optimal pattern right there. Ugh. Really there. This is rough.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot.
Wish I had a fruit bazooka. So is every round gonna take 1 more deflection? Cause that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Alright, so that's the first 2 rounds. Really? I can't hit the big green thing in the middle? Are you kidding?
Darn you, Crash.
I mean, I guess it logically makes some kind of sense, but... But it certainly makes this whole level harder. I mean, I guess this, you know, that's the complaint about this game that I have, right? Is that it's way too difficult. Aku Aku's not doing me any favors either. So now I just can't jump. That's perfect. Perfect. Wow. Okay. It's further than we've made it, though. What?
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot.
It's horrible. Okay, perfect perfect first 2 phases. Okay, perfect first 3. Okay. We've almost got this. We still got We got it! Cool! Cortex incapacitated. That's fine. We incapacitated Dr. Cortex. Alright. Credits. Toys for Bob! And Vicarious Visions. Well, Vicarious Visions Alchemy Engine, anyway. Alright, so that was the first playthrough of the game, right? So now we have to go back and get a bunch of relics and... I mean, I don't know what we have to... We probably... I think there's probably an alternate ending for all gems. And I don't know if there's an additional ending for the relics. There's certainly trophies for the relics. I don't know how married I am to the idea of getting all the relics if there isn't an alternate ending, though. So yeah, so that was, I mean, the last phase of Cortex was really, I mean, was free. It's the 3rd and 4th phase that are horrible. But Pidyakus are great, so. So yeah, so that's the game so far. We obviously have to go get all of the gems out of levels, which shouldn't be too much of a problem considering that we have all of the things, all of the special gems now. But, I mean, as far as things like Golding Slippery Climb, or Gold Relicking Slippery Climb, or Gold Relicking, you know, some of these bridge levels, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. John E. Ostrander the Fourth. I know a guy whose last name is Ostrander. I know somebody whose last name is Delgado. I used to know somebody whose last name was Steiner. And super special shout out to all original Crash Bandicoot team members who contributed to the original 3 games. Yeah, you think? Like... Some of this stuff, I mean, like, this was a good excuse to kind of play the original Crash Bandicoot, because again, it's like the most requested thing that I haven't done, because I've done so many other Crash games. But as far as that goes, I actually think that the push to remaster older Crash and Spyro games is misguided. And the reason is because I think that the kind of time and effort that they're putting into doing this would be better served by giving us really good new Crash and Spyro games. Like, there's nothing wrong with these franchises that they couldn't, you know, give us a new Crash game. Especially Crash. Like, there's a slightly bigger issue with Spyro, being that Spyro kind of had alternating bad guys, and so the plot line could get a little wonky, right? Especially in like the later sequels. But Crash stayed pretty true to the whole like Cortex and then these core enemies kind of premise. With the exception of Twinsanity, which, I mean, I haven't played Mind Over Mutant or Crash of the Titans, so. So it wouldn't be, it's not hard to write like a Crash game. It's like Dr. Cortex comes up with a plan to take over the world, and Crash has to stop him by collecting things from levels. Boom, done. I just wrote a new Crash game right there. Like, the levels are divided into worlds, and the boss of each world is, and then, yeah. Like, yeah. That's it. Right there. Got it. And especially with the size. Like, with the size that a modern console's capable of, like, you could incorporate all of the villains, right? You could have a 10-world game that has all of these villains in them. You could even have one of them be Oxide, if you want, and it wouldn't be hard. Like, these things are all these are all set down already. Whereas again with Spyro, it's a little, you know. I mean, I assume if what you were gonna do is make a new Spyro game. Do you go back to Ripto, or do you, you know... I mean, I guess you just decide, right? You pick it up. You take the best things. I would use, for a new Spyro game, I would use Spyro 3 as the template. It was the best one, so... But yeah, I mean, rather than doing things like this, and frankly, to tell you the honest truth, I think they did really well with remastering Crash, right? They did a great job. I do not agree with how they remastered Spyro. Like, I don't like the way Spyro looks at all. And part of that has to do with the way that they redesigned characters. Like, the characters had very... I mean, just look at the Spyro remasters and look at Moneybags. And he couldn't be more different than the original intended kind of, you know, Moneybags. And that's dumb. That's really dumb. So, I mean, I will give them that. I mean, the Spyro guys really stayed true to... Well, John DiMaggio is a voice actor in this. Voice of Bender. Among other things. He's also Waka from Final Fantasy X. So, or Final Fantasy X. So yeah, like, that's what I feel about the remasters. Is really, and that's why I'm not playing Game 2 and 3. Is, I think Game 2 and 3... I mean, we've seen Game 2 and 3, right? I understand that there's some extra content in them. And, yeah. I get that. And I guess they, you know, they added in things like you can play as Coco, which it's fine, I guess. I guess if that's what you're, you know, I mean, personally, I'm not really into that. So, and I like the Crash games. I like the Crash games, and I love the original Spyro trilogy. But, I mean, I think that they stand on their own. I don't know that necessarily, I guess the idea is that there are two possibilities, right? There's two possibilities for why this is a thing you would want to do. First, you think that like a younger audience will not play things that look clunky. Which, maybe? I mean, I have a tendency to... I mean, I don't necessarily think that's true. I think plenty of young people have played the Spyro games, and oh my god, they're developer times! Lights Out is 102.58. So, that's fine. Or the second one is the second one. The second reason would be that you think fans will buy anything new. And that's a little, it's a little too insidious to think that that might be the case. but it might be the case. I like that they kept the no bandicoots were harmed thing. So, what did I say? 102.58? I want to see how close I was to the developer time on Lights Out. Because I thought that was a really good run. Jeez! 3 seconds off! That's crazy. Yeah, more than 3 seconds off. So, when we come back, we're going to go start collecting things that we haven't gotten yet. I will see you guys for that.